Welcome to the Triple T podcast. Today we'll be talking a little bit about knives. You're going to hear a lot of cuss words and a whole bunch of nothing. Brought to you by two of the sexiest knife makers I know, my amazing husband, Denis from Tyrell Knifeworks, and his little friend, Jerid from Echo Blades.
Fuck yes.
You just like being called the little friend.
I'm the little friend, the sexy little friend. I love it. Oh my God, that was awesome.
She can't hear you, but she just have headphones on.
I know.
Yes, folks, that was my wife. She wanted to do the intro.
That is really cool. That is really cool.
So how you been? I don't even think I spoke to you at all this week, except for that little blip yesterday.
Yeah. I just the normal, man. Work is and so I'm trying to do that. And then I did end up scooting for up to Reno this weekend. So that was cool. And yeah, I didn't even get back until probably like 10:30, 11 last night.
Yeah, we were talking about that. When you called, it was like almost 7. And we were like, fuck, you got a long drive.
I do. 3.5 hours. And everywhere I was going was like routes were altered because of fires. It's the first time I've ever had that pop up on Google Maps.
Oh, I've had a fire coming back from South Lake Tahoe one time, and it routed us 88 and took us like an extra 2 hours to get home. It was crazy.
Yeah. But it actually worked out because I was kind of checking the time it was going to take. And at that time, there was basically no one on the road. But it did start raining, and like winter is coming because we were like over in Reno. I guess clouds just turned dark as fuck, but then right over the mountains a little more west, I could still see there was like sunlight and stuff. And it was all disorientated and tripping. I was tired as hell. I'd been forging all day. And but it was a nice, easy cruise, no traffic, just all the way home. And I slept most of the way. So that was cool.
You slept?
I'm kidding.
Did you take 88 home? That beautiful scene?
No, I just took 80. No, I wasn't going to do 88 in the dark. No, not being tired.
Yeah,
that wouldn't have been smart. And the whole cool part about 88 is seeing everything.
Yeah,
you know?
That's true. I forgot you were at night.
Yeah.
Cool.
I did take my little Honda that has like lane assistance and cruise control that like adjusts the speed versus the car in front of you. So it's quasi like Tesla kind of driving. So I slept a little bit.
So tell me about Reno. What'd you guys do?
Reno was a lot. I stayed up way too late on Friday. I got up at 4:00, got my shit together, hit the road, got up there around 8. And then
so for everyone, this was to visit Rick Hall. You went to Rick Hall's place.
Yeah. Everybody knows.
Not everybody knows.
Oh, okay. Thank you. I'm just talking to you. That's how I get through this, Dennis. Anybody that wants to start a podcast and, be dumb like us and record your conversations and share it with, 7 other people. The key is to just talk to your buddy. So every now and again, we got to be mindful that, other people might be answering. Yes, I did. I went up to see a wonderful knife maker by the name of Rick Hall, who's out of Reno. We had just went up there, I guess, middle of July.
Yeah, something like a couple of months.
So about a month, month and a half, maybe 2 months, month and a half, something like that. Yeah. When we did the throwing knife challenge thing. And that's where the birth of Tag Along Tyrell came from, to be honest with you, because I was going to go up there to do what we did this weekend, and Dennis ended up tagging along. See what I did But and then we ended up doing the throwing knife challenge, so that was cool. But because that happened, Rick and I had been talking for a while about me just going up there and kind of spending some time with him and doing what I have stressed to everybody time and time again about, going hanging out with other knife makers and visiting.
Pipping yourself out. And...
yeah, just being a dirty little. And so sorry about that. Yeah, head up there, and the intent was to do a like journeyman style hidden tang knife, something I've never done.
Nice.
And I'm just hot take here. Even after it all, right? I think it's just not my bag.
What do you mean? What's not your bag?
Like the whole ABS journeyman thing.
But hold on, that's like a whole plethora of things. Like, what, you didn't like forging that knife? You don't like hidden tang knives? You don't like the letters ABS? Like, what do you mean?
Those are all great questions, sir. You're doing very good. Very good. There's other people listening. No, yeah, I just a traditional Bowie doesn't take me 6 to midnight like it does for you. Like, that's your bag, right? That's what you like to make. That's your thing. And I'm trying not to be like, yeah, I'm not saying that I don't. It just, at the end, the finished product and stuff is like, I respect even more after this weekend. I respect the amount of work that goes into them. I just currently not into it, right? But I will say, though, that there is an incredible amount of benefit just as like developing skills as a maker to have that in your repertoire. But I've always had the utmost respect for knives for hidden tangs and guards, and just that extra skill set that it takes, versus a full tang knife, right?
Sure.
And the odd part is that I have a buddy, Nick Rollins, who makes amazing culinary knives and kind of like Japanese style stuff. He's never done a full tang, which is crazy to me because that's all I've ever done, right? And he for whatever reason feels like that's challenging. So there's really no ration to how I feel about a hidden tang. It's just something that I've never done. But yeah. Anyway,
and to be clear, you don't have to have a Bowie or a Hunter in your 5 knife set.
What can I have?
You can have 5 culinary knives if you want. You don't have to have a Bowie or a Hunter in your JS set.
Yeah, but then they'll be like, you're like a journey Smith. They won't give you the whole name, right?
Dumbass.
You're a culinary man, Smith. Yeah.
No, it can be, you can make daggers, you can make puukos. There's all kinds of knives you can make that don't necessarily look like Hunters and Bowies.
Okay. All right. Let me just get real here, right? We're talking about being honest. That's what I like to do. Like to talk about feelings and stuff like that. There is just a huge amount of fear behind that whole process of testing. So it's a challenge. It's something I haven't done. I'm still in the process of dialing in what I like to do. So there's just that, right? So I'm trying to make a joke and be real with my fear, I guess, trying to hide behind that with some humor. But anyways, nevertheless, not to shit on the weekend, because that's really not that wasn't my intention. But we went up there, and that was kind of one of the first things that I talked about with him was like, I've never done a hidden tang. I had a couple of profiles of chef knives that I had made, one with my buddy Nick that I wanted to go through the process with him from start to finish, but it's been about a year now, right? So schedules, time, distances, I just want to get through it. So I had him kind of explain, cutting in shoulders and doing some stuff that's kind of where I was stuck, right? I got a knife with a hidden tang and I'm like, I really don't know what the fuck to do now. And then they start asking, or you were fucking super annoying with this, but always asking like, what do you want to do with this? Like, what kind of handle or what kind of, and I'm like, I don't know. Like, they're like, well, you really got to kind of think about what kind of handle you want before
Yeah, it's
you
called
make
planning.
the knife. Yeah, you plan to fail, you fail to plan. But yeah, so then those kind of questions came up, and I was like, I don't know. He's like, well, you're kind of stuck with this, but that was cool, really interesting. I like doing that. Then we spent about 4 hours talking about guard fit up, and
That is
that's
a
where I say,
complicated
yeah,
topic.
yeah. I have watched many YouTube videos. I have discussed it with you. I have shook my head like I know what you're saying. And that's a joke. But even if I'm following the concepts of what's going on, right? Until I was sitting down with a pad of paper and we were kind of going through like, all right, this is the distance that you want, your ricasso versus your guard. Like you want a, one piece guard or like a 5-piece, what is that? The layers, for your
The what?
bolster. Just, and then we started working just how you're drilling the slots and all the mill stuff, and then like thinking about the face and the backside and the pressure fit it was a lot. Fuck.
Yeah, I actually think it's one of those things that if you talk too much about it without actually doing it, it's just going to blow over your head.
Yeah,
It's like trying to explain to someone how to make a folder if they've never made one. You can't. You gotta do it. Yeah. Like
this makes sense to me though, Dennis. And guys, I'm holding up this note pad that I took and kind of discuss the whole process, and I was able to take notes, draw pictures, and kind of stop him when he was explaining something, and make some notes that I could hold have some retention on. But the entire time we were talking about it, that's exactly what he was saying. He goes, dude, we could sit here and talk about it all day, but he goes, like I'm actually not good at explaining it in this manner. It's like if we went to the mill, that's where everything would just make so much more sense. Problem was, and you had said this last week when we were talking, I was like, I'm gonna come away with a journeyman hidden tang. You're like, oh, that's a tall order in 2 days, because a guard fit up is like a day. Yeah.
I mean,
And
if it's your
it
first
would
time,
have
it's a
been
day.
for me, yeah, for sure. And I had 2 days there, right? And I had just a mega metric fuck ton of things that I wanted to do, right? So I decided to not do the guard, talk about the guard for a good amount. Then we went and profiled a knife, one of his profiles, and heat treated it, so we didn't get much of the way of like production and stuff on the Saturday that I was there. Just a lot of talking, a lot of things. I Jerid did another Intrepid for the maker swap.
Oh,
yeah.
good. Out of what?
Did AEBO. Tried to talk him into busting out the salt thing, but apparently if you're going to do stainless steel, you got to have higher temp salt than you do for
That's true.
high carbon. And I was
he doesn't have the high temp salt?
He wasn't in the bucket. Like,
oh,
that's not what he uses it for, right?
I see.
So, and it sounded like one of those things where it's cool to have. It's probably like the etching machine for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like you have it, you're going to use it when you need to, and it's got its benefits and uses, but it's not something you just pop out every time because
it's like my vertical oven. It's
exactly.
not something you.
Yeah.
But that's cool. Well, it sounds like and you guys also forged some big giant kukri-ish thing.
That's what I was going to say. While we were sitting in there talking about the guard, he also has a fucking. I want to do this. I'm going to say this, but I really want to make a room in my house that is for leather and like clean work style thing. Cause he's got a spot in his house where he's got a nice desk where he does all his leather stuff. That's where he hand sands, in a nice comfortable chair, and he has all his work that's completed and, at the end of the process where you don't want it just tripping around your shop. And I really dig that setup. But while I was in there, he had this chopper fucking thingamabobber, and I was just like, I really want to make one of those. Like, I've never had any desire to do that before, but it just, that's what I wanted to do. And I figured, with the power hammer and everything. So we took he's like, oh, I think I got some leaf spring. Denis, this dude had about a 3/4 inch by
I've
10
seen
foot.
it. I know exactly what you mean.
And then he's like, okay, yeah, let's just grab this. And it took both of us. It was like carrying a piece of 6-inch sprinkler pipe like on our shoulders. And that shit was heavy. And he's like, quit being a you always say that too. Quit being a pussy. Quit being a bitch. I'm like, I am a bitch. This shit was heavy. Like,
yeah, he's got a lot of steel. He's got a lot of steel on those racks.
yeah. So we took that and we ended up taking, it was 3/4 by 2.5 inch. So yeah, that was the stock.
3/4. Yeah. The one you gave me is a half, and that's chunky enough.
It could be half. I think he told me it's 3/4, and I call bullshit, but
it's probably half.
It was fucking big though.
Yeah, because I think that even the semi truck ones are like the biggest ones you get, and
that's half inch.
That's half.
Because that's what those came off of. The ones that I gave. They
I get unless it's like one of those big Euclid like trucks for mining. I guess maybe they have leaf springs, but
yeah, it was a big ass piece of steel, and so we cut that up, and then we cut. Okay, I told you how long that piece was. We cut a 2.5 inch, and then a 3-inch piece. And that fucker tells me, and Rick is a big guy, and he's not like a big blob. Like, he's just a big dude, right? He's like Spencer big, probably, right? I've never met Spencer, but he's just a big man. And he tells me, he's like, yeah, go ahead and just throw that back up on the rack if you can. I'm like, bitch, you cut off fucking 5 inches of this thing. I was humbling moment, Denis, humbling moment. I just cut a little piece off the end, and then you lug this thing back.
You needed your exercise.
I thought it was hilarious. But yeah, so we put that thing in the press and forged that down to a bar.
Press? You didn't use the hammer?
Not initially. Not to get it. We got it into a little more bar shape type thing, and then we started to draw it out. And yeah, and then spent that's why I was there for so long on Sunday, because the first half of Sunday I ended up grinding that hunter, and I wanted to just go in there and grind it myself, and he kind of suggested that, but I thought differently about it. And probably the best time I've had instruction wise, because of the amount of time that we had, was the intent was just to have me go in there and grind it. And but it didn't work that way. We kind of just stopped, and I said, why don't you just show me how you do it, right? Because I'm really right now on this freehand grind. The way that you explain the grinding on the rest with your thumb, like, I'm super comfortable with that. I have been for a long time. I moved away from it because I'm an idiot. Honestly, because I just don't like the straight up and down plunges. But we started going through it, and I learned a lot. He uses a push stick, same on the rest. And it was a very, very beneficial experience for me. So it took a lot longer than we wanted to, but I learned a ton. And what I was trying to get at, I think what I'm trying to convey is, if you are going to take instruction, you are going to go take a class. If you are in a position where you're trying to get some education or instruction, right? I think it's imperative to have the mindset of not responding with, oh yes, I know, or trying to explain like, oh no, this is how I do it, right? Because in the couple of interactions that I've had with trying to teach people, especially like in fire sprinklers, the worst fucking thing you could do is be the person that you're trying to teach, and that person just goes, oh yeah, I know, or yeah, I get it. And you're like, bitch, you don't get it. Like, I know you don't get it, right? So just get out of the way and just be humble. And so there's a couple of times where I was like, shut up, Jerid. Just receive the message type thing, you know?
Yeah, and even if you do know how to do something, you go to someone else's shop, they're going to do something a little different. You might, you're going to learn something.
Yeah.
I've learned stuff from Rick, vice
Yep.
versa.
Yep.
We teach each other things every time.
Yeah.
He taught me how to make a hammer. I've never made a hammer,
Yeah.
drift a hole, all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, I think everyone should be open. And that is, I said that in last week's episode, like when I had Adam over, like I appreciated the fact that I didn't get the, oh yeah, I know. Like I
Yeah.
hate that response.
Yeah.
But he was very receptive. So yeah, I get it totally.
Yeah. And it wasn't like it was hard to do, but a couple of times I'm like, okay, yeah, I know that, but the way he was explaining it in a different way, and there was things I didn't get. Like apparently I don't fucking do the pull off towards the tip. I was struggling, when you're making a pass and you want to pull the tang back and to grinding the tip down. I fucking struggled with that, and my trying to keep that line, actually really controlling where I wanted to remove the material, where I fucked up, how to fix those fuck ups, like the pressure here, pressure there. Like the whole thing was just extremely awesome. And Rick did a fantastic job all weekend long about anything that we talked about, explaining it. And I for sure, again, just kind of preaching to the choir, but if you don't get it, say you don't get it, right? It's not worth it just to nod your head.
And Rick's a great knife maker. He's
Yeah.
more experienced than I am. He's been doing it longer, so he might be maybe one of the most experienced guys you've been with.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't years wise for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, we talked about sheath making and doing a template. I kind of was saying, like how the experience that we just had went through. Again, just different, right? And the best thing about it is, if it doesn't apply, you just let it fly, right? There's no bad guys in this, right? We're all trying to help each other, but some things are for you, some things aren't, some things are for me, some things aren't for you. But the power hammer was just a fucking blast.
I love that thing.
Oh God, it was.
Thursday I took that piece of. So Jerid gave me a piece of semi truck leaf spring, and that's what I started my apocalyptic challenge with. Well, I had to cut that thing into three big pieces, and then forge those down into bars that I could then restack and reform. So I was forging all day Thursday from 9:30 in the morning until about almost 5 o'clock.
Wow.
Forging those three pieces and then letting them cool and grinding them and restacking them. And it's the biggest kuma I've ever done. It was 20 inches restacked. So this is going to be a big blade. Yeah, I know what it's like to be hammering on that leaf spring. I was wishing I had a power hammer.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I was trailing off on what the fuck you're doing because I don't think you've told me yet. So
I changed it, so you don't know what I'm doing.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why I was just. You were talking. It was like wah wah wah. I'm like, what the hell is he making now? Like that's.
So you'll see next time you come over because I'm actually pretty far into it.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I heat treated today. I already got the guard done. Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. I'm excited that it's going fast so far because I want to move on to other things.
Yeah, but yeah, it was cool, man. It was a good trip. Weather was perfect.
Yeah, weather was awesome this weekend.
Yeah, it was really nice up there too. And then I got to go check out a buddy of mine. I have like some, those really close friends that are really like family almost. And they, every time I'm in that area, I always reach out and make sure I try to go see them. And they were actually camping when we were up there in July, so I didn't get to hook up with them. So we finished up around like 5 o'clock on Saturday, and then I shot over there, and I had actually made those guys I do a fishing trip with in June. Twice a year, we used to go up to June Lake and the High Sierras, just above Yosemite off of 395, and we do opener for trout, and then we do a fishing tournament in June at June Lake. But I made those guys 5. I made 5, but I actually didn't finish the 5th one because that was for me. But bird and trout knives, they were like my 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th knives that I had ever done. And I took one of those back, and dude said, he's like, man, I use this knife every single day, all the time. It's in my work truck. I beat the shit out of it. I've never sharpened it, and edge is still cutting through boxes and doing shit. I was like, right
Nice.
on. Like, yeah, that was cool. It was some good feedback. But I was like, all right, well, let me take it back, and I want to etch a stupid saying, make it something cutter, and spot up and do all that kind of stuff. So that was cool. It was good to see them and get some feedback on one of my first knives too. And then actually, when I grabbed it, I was like, but it doesn't look like total dog shit. So
It didn't look like the one I gave my friend Dan. Wasn't that bad?
no, yeah. From my first to my second was just tremendous progression. Yeah. So it was cool, man. Yeah. My head is filled with lots of knife making stuff. So
Good. Well, it sounds like you had a good weekend.
had a blast. Thank you, Rick. Deb's
Good.
always great. His wife, his beautiful wife's always good. They're just good people, man. I just very fortunate to have that opportunity. So
That's awesome. What did I do this weekend?
I didn't have to see you, so like
you didn't
double.
get to see me. I went to, well, my friend Dan, his wife Denis. It was her 50th birthday party on Saturday, so we went to that. Oh, I got a good story actually. So we're getting ready for that. I'm in the shower before the party, getting ready, and Kim comes in and she opens the shower door and she throws this little puck into the shower. I'm like, what the hell is that? And she goes, it's an aromatherapy thing. The water hits it and it smells. And I'm like, what the? I'm looking down at this thing and it's purple and it smells like lavender. And I look at her and I'm like, only women would use this. No straight guy on the planet would ever use one of these. And you know what she said? I bet you Jerid would.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds fucking awesome.
I just
Tell her to make it an eucalyptus. No,
she brought them in actually when we were talking. It's these little things, these shower steamers.
Ooh, June moon.
I thought that was so funny when she said that Jerid would probably use them.
I'm down. Yeah, effervescent relief. Wasn't bad, right?
It's not my thing.
Nothing's your thing.
What else did I do? Oh, Saturday released the Dagger video, which is doing okay so far. Really happy with the Dagger, how it turned out.
Yeah.
So it's sitting right here beside me, this guy. But, and I, when you see it, I want to show it to you in person because I've unlocked a secret. I was having issues with the 15 and 20 going dark when I did the coffee and I had to scrub it off and totally solved that. This one came out shiny, shiny, shiny.
Yeah.
And
the pattern.
But when I refinished it since I showed you.
Oh, okay.
When you see it now,
okay.
Now I've got the process down.
Awesome.
What I did differently is after I etched it, and this one I wanted a really deep etch, so I actually used Ferric on this one. I could have used gator piss, but it just would have taken a long time, and I wanted it deep. So did that, and then I sanded it with 1500. No, 2000. Sanded it with 2000 and buffed it shiny before I put it back in the coffee. And then the shiny 15 and 20 resisted all of the coffee. Because
I see. Yeah,
so
I'm following you. Yeah.
it came when I pulled it out of the coffee, I was jumping for joy. It looks
That's
so, and
awesome.
it's really deep etch, and the highs are really nice and shiny. Like it still looks like it's buffed. So
That's cool.
I'm very happy with the process now. So getting it down. I personally like the Gator Piss is okay. Like it gives a dark finish, but I like the shininess of the coffee, especially when I'm doing a hot black fittings. And
Yeah.
the hot black on the fittings came out really, really nice and polished and shiny. I like the coffee to look the same. So,
Right.
but
Yeah.
yeah,
Every build gets a special attention that it needs to complement the accessories on it. Yeah.
yeah,
I like that.
yeah. So I was pleased with getting that one done.
Dude, it came out very cool. Very
Thank you.
cool. The
Thank
pattern
you.
I'm really stoked about. Because while I was grabbing some stuff, I realized that I have a chef knife of that same pattern.
That's right.
Just
We
forged
need to see
out
this
that
finished.
I gotta finish that. Yeah.
I got one of my comments because I mentioned in the video that half of it was for you. And one of the, I had a comment today or something that said, um, something about how do I become your buddy so I can get half of that or something.
Yeah, dude, that's a losing fucking battle. That's the first thing I've ever got from him.
Oh, bullshit.
Don't fall for it, dude. It ain't
He
worth
is
it.
such a
All
liar.
this labor you guys gets me. Oh man, this is a fucking downhill fucking battle here.
Yeah. So yeah, finish the dagger. I'm well into the apocalyptic challenge, which is a big kumai. Um, so I'm happy with how that one's going. It gave me a little angst. Um, it's a huge billet when I was drawing it out because each layer was a 1/4 inch, so a 1/4 inch
Okay.
core and a 1/4 inch cladding, and it was 20 inches long. The initial billet, like it was going to be a monster, and it actually about 4 inches of it delambed at the end, which I ended up cutting off, and I was a little worried that, and I was like, I am not worried at all. I got so much steel for this thing, but I'm excited to get to grinding on this thing. But if you don't want to make your own kumai and go through all the headaches and pain that I went through, you should check out our sponsor, Baker Forge and Tool. They are the premium spot to get kumai, bronze mai, any of those fancy mais. Go talk to Coy and the boys over at Baker Forge and go buy yourself some. Make some amazing blades with that steel, and then you can etch them in gator piss and get that beautiful clean etch on those things. So go get you some and use the code T10 to get 10% off.
That's right. Don't forget that if you download the Baker app, you can get early access to all of their drops and
That's
beat
right.
the rush.
Don't
You know
listen
what
to
I'm
us
saying?
because we're always a day late and $1 short. So go.
Yeah. But if you're looking for that, the those sizes that not everybody else wants, you're that different kind of person. Go use the code T10. Fuck all of those other codes. No. My bad. Damn it, that inner voice fire just came right out.
Oh.
Yeah.
And and I made some really good progress on the folder core. I already, which I never happens. It's Monday and I'm already done my filming for my Thursday video. I usually leave it till like Wednesday afternoon. So
Oh yeah, you're pumped about this. That's what's going on. You're digging this.
well, it's fun.
Yeah, that's
These kind
cool.
of build things. They're fun. So I cranked that out today because I was heat treating this big ass weapon for the apocalyptic challenge. So while that was sitting in temper, I had to do something. So so got banged out all the episode 2 of the folder series.
Nice. The first
And
one was good, man. I didn't finish it. I was going somewhere and it was a little long, but longer than my drive, anyways. And yeah, it was really good though. Maybe it is good to be your buddy.
Because
Maybe
I'm
that
sure
guy's
half
onto
of this
something.
is going
Yeah,
in at one ear out the other, and you're just going to be like, "Screw it, I'll just come over and
yeah.
have me show you." Right?
I don't know, man. Everybody appreciates you so much. You know what I mean? But there's some times where I'm like, no, I'm not going to watch it. I'm just going to go over there.
You're going to take the fast lane,
Yeah.
and
I'm really interested to see the shit get going though. That I'll be on, like, whatever your analogy is for excited.
But at the end of this Thursday's episode, the mechanism will be done. Like the blade flips in and out and stops where it's supposed to stop on the open side and closed side. We go through all of that, drilling all the holes, reaming the holes, like I'll say the precision stuff gets done in this episode.
So you've already where I left off, you were still in knife print. So you went. That was all of that ended that last week's episode.
The first episode, we basically end with the parts profiled and cut out, but no holes.
Oh, okay, cool.
So
you already got some steel cut out and ready to go. Gotcha.
Yeah, I mean, I laser the steel and then I show at the end. I don't bother showing grinding it. I mean, you guys know. I talk about cutting it. You can cut it with a saw, but in this episode, we talk about how to do the holes, how to mark the holes, how to drill, like all of the, showing all the holes, like all what you need to do. It's not as simple as just drilling holes. The setup for doing the arc in the knife, that little, like the arc where the stop pin is going to travel.
Gotcha.
So that's one of the main parts of this episode is how to do that.
Cool.
Yeah. So, I mean, I think it'll be 2 more episodes, I think. I don't know. I got to get into it because we'll probably do a whole episode on just doing the lock bar and like everything about that lock bar, because that's kind of like probably the lock bar and the detent ball are kind of complicated.
All right.
So, but everything else is like screw here, tap this, put this in, that kind of thing. So yeah, I even started the new ABL chef knife and profiled that out today. I Jerided it.
What I was going to say, what the hell did you do with it?
Yeah, no, what? Every once in a while you have those days where you're just crazy productive. I had one of those today.
Nice.
So I was happy with that.
Yeah. I need one of those. I need one of those this weekend.
Yeah. I mean, I'm taking Friday off, so I need to pack 5 days into 4. So
what do you mean you're taking Friday off? You're retired.
No, that's not what it means.
Who did you put in your time off request to?
Yeah. I had to ask the boss so I can have the day off.
Yeah.
Kim and I are going to go camping in the Sierras. We're like tent camping in the Sierras this weekend.
In your RV?
No. No, we're actually roughing it.
Why?
Because we want to.
Okay. I support this.
You're surprised?
I'm surprised, yes.
No, we're doing, I was going to say we're doing the whole naked and afraid, but no, we're not. More like alone or one of those, but yeah.
Where are you going? I mean, you literally like going to go up to Kennedy Meadows and hike up into the backcountry? And
we're going up 88. Remember when we were driving back, I think I said, hey, this is where, I usually go hunting. That's where we're going.
Okay. So there are no roads. You're packing in and.
Well, what Kim doesn't know is that it's like a 4x4 road. Like we're going to have to put the Jeep in serious 4-wheel drive to get in there.
God. Please GoPro it or something.
She does not like off-roading, and she's going to be like white knuckling it the whole 1.5 miles in to where the campsite is. So
that's
I
cool.
think I'm going to enjoy watching her freak out
Yeah.
as we go over boulders and stuff like that.
That's cool.
Yeah, so that part's going to be entertaining. But yeah,
And
it's
when you coming back?
Sunday. Come on, she's going to want to watch football on Sunday, so we got to be back by. We're probably going to leave Sunday morning.
Okay, maybe I'll allow this. Oh, no,
No,
Sunday's my day.
We're going up Friday morning, so we'll have most of the day Friday, Saturday, and then coming back Sunday.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, that sounds great.
Yeah, it should be fun. I'm gonna be taking some firearms, and never know what's going to be up there.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
We're taking the dog.
Nice.
Might even shoot a squirrel and roast it over the fire, and give Molly some squirrel food.
There you go. Is there any fishing up there? Any lakes? Any water?
There's a lake right there, but it's kind of like I don't think there's fish in it.
There's fish in all of them.
I don't think
know
so.
What you're doing.
I think the whole thing is like 8 inches
puddle?
deep. Yeah, it's called Mud Lake.
Oh fuck! Well, you get some catfish. Go noodling. Stick your arm in one of them holes. Come out with a big ass fish.
I mean, I'll take a fishing rod, but I don't think there's any. There's
a
little stream there. I wish there was fish there because I'd take the fly rod, but yeah.
Well, that sounds cool.
We're going to be right by Bear Lake. There's great fishing in Bear Lake, so we'll probably we might even just take off Saturday and go to Bear Lake for a few hours.
Nice.
So
we'll see. It's beautiful country, man. Beautiful country up there. Yeah.
So I hopefully
we don't
cold freeze
up there. What is the elevation of?
It's high. It's because where Kirkwood is. We're like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I left at 4:00 in the morning on Saturday morning, and I got all the way up to just before the state line, and I had to, because I'm old, I had to use the bathroom, so I hit like a rest stop or something like that, and I was in like it's summertime. I got out and it was fucking cold. I was like, oh my god, yeah, I forget.
Yeah, I haven't looked at the weather yet, but I bet you it's going to be certainly in the 40s.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it was like 45, 48, something like that.
Yeah, which is
cold enough for me. It's not horrible, but it's you don't need to be in short sleeve shirt.
We'll be bundled up under like 3 sleeping bags, so
nice.
We'll stay warm.
Good. Well, cool. I'm gonna golf on Saturday. I got another tournament.
Oh, look at you, master golfer.
No. I'm gonna see if I can't break 1,000, I guess.
Oh, you didn't get your new driver? You still using the other one?
I don't think I can afford the new driver, to be honest with you. I got fitted for one, so I know which one I want when I'm ready. But
when you finish some of those knives and get them sold,
it's true. I'm gonna stop golfing though.
Yeah, it's one or the other, right?
But I mean, honestly, this is Saturday. That's gonna be a wrap. It's like 10 o'clock tee time, so that's like the worst. So that'll be majority of the day, and then Sunday, and I got one more weekend, basically free, and then I go to LA with my daughter. I think the weekend after that, and then we head off to New York. So it's happening quick.
I just thought about that today. I'm getting kind of excited for Maker Camp.
Yeah, I am too. I'm actually getting stoked. I was listening to Work For It on Saturday morning when I was on my drive, and Brian was talking about I guess they're going to do him and I have been talking about it for a long time, but going to run like a 5K up there. Yeah, called Run For It. I thought that was cool. So I think hopefully my knee's good. Regardless, I'm going though. I'm out.
Yeah, I heard Fader talk about it on KnifeTalk.
Yeah. Not missing that. I think it's Saturday or Sunday morning.
It's Saturday morning, right? Or is
I
it
hope
Sunday?
it's Sunday.
I don't remember.
I hope it's Sunday. I sure hope it's Sunday.
No, I think it is Sunday. I think it's Sunday
Yeah.
morning. Yeah. Actually, I had Masaru, the guy I know here, and Tracy, asked me if I was doing it. And I'm like, fuck no.
Yeah, that's what they said. It was like Denis and Jerid. I was like, yeah, one of them is doing it.
I told him you would probably do it, but
yeah,
unless somebody's
100%.
chasing me, I'm not running.
Yeah. So that's quick. That's why I made sure to heat treat that knife, because we got to do something. I'm gonna bring something for the maker swap.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna. I might actually be bringing a chef knife. I don't know. I'll have to see. So I got 5 of them on the board there, so I might be bringing one of those.
Yeah. You know what, dude? I am freaking through the roof with this beast of a chopper kookery. What did you call it?
Kukri.
No, you called it something else.
Bolo.
Yeah, I guess.
But now that I see it, it's more kukri than bolo.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, bolo wouldn't have that much of that arc to it.
This was this was overkill.
Yeah.
On some
you haven't ground it yet though.
Yeah. I know.
They're a bitch to grind.
Yeah, that's what I heard. You're the one that's got me. That's why I was like, I'm probably going to straighten this out a little bit.
Come on, don't be a wuss.
But yeah, I mean, this thing's a beast. Is that the blade's probably over 12 inches long, and the coolest part is why I'm on it. So, but the handle forged out, and when we had normalized it before I took it home, it's fucking comfortable.
Good.
Like I was so impressed, but you know how I was able to get it that way?
Tell me.
Yeah, you know what I did? I had to use my 2 Basterds fat peen. I busted this bitch up to hell. Power hammer, and then finessed up in there with my big
with the Jerid hammer.
Yeah, I got all in them nooks and crannies and spread out them bevels, and oh man, it was good stuff. I really, 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 really had just finally one of the first times I've got to really bang some stuff out with my fat peen. So if you are in the business of searching for fat peens, go check out 2 Basterds Hammers. Frank and Nita over at 2 Basterds Hammer will take care of you, because you know what I always say, Denis, what is it? Come on,
ain't
hit
it
me.
grand to have a fat peen in your hand?
That's right. A little more enthusiasm, but ain't it grand to have a fat peen in your hand?
It will be coming with me to Maker Camp.
That's right.
Because I'm sure we'll be doing some forging at Maker Camp.
Yes.
Oh, in fact, I've had a couple people reach out that want to do the throwing knife challenge at Maker Camp, so we might do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we might do it this year. We'll see.
That's fun.
That'd be fun.
That is fun.
But
yeah, and Rick won't be there to fucking break mine.
Oh, you're not invited.
Yeah, good. still sore from all that. Oh, that's great. So, yeah, and then guys, send us your listener questions. Hit us up. Let us hear
questions.
what your
anything else you want us to talk about on the show. Doesn't have to be a question.
Feedback for if you're bored, if you're loving it, if Denis is a pretty damn good maker. So if you want to ask me a question to have me defer to him, that's always fun for me.
if you just want to tell Jerid he's a big pussy because he can't lift 5160 onto a shelf.
That's true. Tell me that too. Yeah. And then, so who do you got for Maker Spotlight?
This week, I picked my buddy Tony Severio. So Tony Severio Knives. Tony is an excellent maker. He's also a YouTuber. He's in the has been in a whole bunch of the YouTube knife maker challenges. Just a really good maker. Tony also got his journeyman rating this past June, and he's friends with Steve Schwarzer. He's one of those guys that has been a maker for a long time and just finally decided to do journeyman, and I think it was a no-brainer for him to pass. He's got great instructional videos on his YouTube channel, and when he busts out the Bubba character for some of the challenges, it's pretty entertaining. So if you don't follow Tony, definitely go check him out. It's Tony Severio, Severio, Tony Severio Knives. So go check him out, and he's a good guy and a great maker.
Very cool. Yeah, he does some really cool stuff, and Bubba's just a blast. Always good when Bubba comes around. What did he do last time? What was his build on the
for the Viking one?
Yeah.
He did
For whatever reason,
did he do? I remember Bubba more than I remember what he made. Didn't he make the serpent one?
Serpent, yeah.
Yeah. He made the serpent and the sword one. Yeah. It was a sax. It was a sax with a serpent in it.
The serpent pattern was really cool. So he does some really awesome
he does some great Damascus, and he understands pattern development, and does really well.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you got this week?
I got everyone's favorite Mr. Brigham Kendall. I just love this dude, and I wanted to give him a shout out.
Otherwise known as Crap Advice Giver, that guy.
What am I missing?
I guess you don't see it as much as I see it. His Patreon handle, because he, Fire and Steel, he changed his Patreon handle like 6 months ago to Crap Advice Giver. So every time I'm going through Patreon members to put on my, thank you to my, I see great. Crap Advice Giver.
Was he like short, fat, and happy? That was
he was something like that. Something short, fat, and something or other. Yeah, something like that.
That's right. Yeah, no, I haven't picked up on that one yet. But yeah, Brigham's always just one of the most coolest dudes in our community. Just ultra supportive. Always just a pleasure to hang out with, and always making cool shit. And I just wanted to give him a shout out and say what's up, Brigham. So he has currently right now more followers than most of us. No, he's got 2,930 followers, and he is at Brigham Kendall on IG. So make sure you go check him out.
Yeah, and he just put some pictures up of him hunting. I wonder if they got anything. Probably not, because I didn't see anything posted about what they got. So
yeah,
but
nah, good stuff. I was always tripped out because I'm not always tripped out, but a lot of times I am. When I was up there talking to Brian Hunt, he was saying that sometimes Brigham comes down there, and like geographically in my mind, it was like didn't make sense because I don't realize that like Idaho and Utah are
side by side.
Just a hop, skip, and a jump. So all those guys are going to be at Blade West. But yeah, it's because Idaho and Utah are so far from us. I just never kind of put it together, but that's all.
Yeah. He's in Salt Lake, and that's where Blade West is. So I would imagine he would go to that one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think I'm just going to go next year, and I'll just go stay with Brigham.
Yeah, there you go. Does he know that, or you're just inviting yourself?
No, I just invited myself. Maybe I'll go this year. Who knows? Are they on the same weekend this year?
I don't think so, but I don't know for sure.
Yeah, last year they were.
Maker Camp is a little later than
6
because there's already people posting about, hey, I'm going to be at Blade West. I haven't really, since I'm not going this year, I haven't really paid attention to when it is, but I don't know, because I thought it was like the third, fourth, fifth kind of thing, or third and fourth. I could be wrong.
Yeah, it is. It's the 4th, 5th. It's the same weekend.
No, we're going to be in the 10th, 11th, 12th. Yes. Maker Camp is the 10th to the 12th.
Negative.
All right. So I guess I won't see you in upstate New York then. You
Nope.
got a different flight.
I'll be there when I say I'm going to be there.
Oh.
All right.
Oh, one thing I did forget to mention on this beautiful dagger. You know what I used? You know what made this dagger so beautiful?
Tell me, because I know. Maybe you should share it with everyone else.
I coated it in pelican paste, and that's what gave it that beautiful sheen.
Nice.
So if you want your knives to look this special, you got to get yourself some pelican paste. Hard wax. I use the hard wax on this one because that's my jam. Hard wax, soft wax, pelican oil, hand salve, soap. I got to get me some of that soap because Kim keeps yelling at me for washing my hands in the kitchen sink.
Yeah.
but,
Mine's almost gone. About to re-up.
Yeah. So yeah, go get yourself some pelican paste. Use the discount code T10. And it smells like oranges. Who doesn't love that? And it's great for doing when you're doing the coffee etch. That's what you use it for.
Nice.
Coffee
you don't use
etch.
the soft?
I have used the soft, but for that because I want to heat it. I want the hard wax.
I know that's kind of the way you've always shown me. Is there a benefit to the hard wax versus the soft wax on Damascus, or is it just preference?
I think the hard wax has more longevity. The soft wax is nice if you want to shine something up like wood or something like this, but for Damascus, I want it to stay on the blade longer, which is why I use the hard wax.
Nice.
And I'm heating it and I want it to go in all the pores in the steel and seal everything in. I don't want it to come off easily like the soft wax. It's soft. It comes off easier. So that's why I use the hard wax on that for that application.
Nice. Yeah, but it's good for everything. So I will be lathering it all up on the on my sheath that I just wrapped up too. So it has all kinds of applications. So make sure you go check them out.
All right. Hey, who are we going to see at Maker Camp? Who are all the people you're looking forward to?
There is so many people that we're going to see, but there is only one person that I have like through the roof excitement for, and that's always to go see my buddy Lawrence Lake over at Maritime Knife Supply, the major dealer of all knife supplies for all of us. Go get your fix at maritimeknifesupply.com or .ca. I actually am tracking a package right now that is going to be, it's sitting in San Pablo. I think I may just shoot over there tomorrow to go try to intercept it.
San Pablo? Where the hell is that?
San Pablo's right by Oakland.
What?
Yeah.
Never heard of it.
You never heard of get the fuck out of here. You got to leave Livermore, kid. Anyways, it's just down the street, about 30 minutes away, sitting at a UPS center or something like that. So I want to go intercept it. Yeah. Because I got some Conversal coming, some belts, some all kinds of stuff. So, but yeah, if you need anything for your knife making adventures, go check out Maritime Knife Supply. He's got it all. Abrasive steel. He'll cut up your steel Damascus. That's Denis's favorite service that he does provide. Saves a lot of time. If you're into that kind of thing, grinders, heat treating ovens, the Conversal, like I mentioned, now for heat treating stainless steel. Dip and lather that stuff up, and no more foil for me, guys. So
yeah, he also carries the nuclear products. So if you need some, you want the clay type anti-scale, or you want some of that Hamon 1800 for doing the stuff you want for Hamones.
That's right.
Go get it.
Yep. and he's also your Canadian dealer for I love this, for all your Baker Forge and Tool steel, which you just got a big re-up on, and your and Gator Piss too as well. So go check out Maritime Knife Supply and tell them the boys that Triple T sent you.
That's right.
Coming for you. We'll see you soon, Lawrence.
Looking forward to hanging with Lawrence. Maybe we'll forge something again. That'd be fun.
That's right. Maybe I should finish that knife.
Yeah, you
I still
lazy
have
bastard.
I still have that knife, the first knife I forged with you guys. That was the first forging session ever at Makers Camp 2 years ago.
The one I forged, the buoy I forged, that's the one I actually sold to the owner of the tattoo shop when I got this tattoo. He bought that knife for twice the cost of what I spent on this tattoo. So I was pretty happy about that.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So, hey, come on, man. Finish your knife. Maybe you can get a tattoo.
I'm thinking about getting a tattoo.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about getting I'm thinking about getting like my maker's mark, like right in between
your
my,
eyes.
Yeah, between my eyes. Be like my widow's peak.
Yeah, I'm actually, now that I got one on this arm, I'm feeling unbalanced. I think I need to pull a Noah and get one on the other arm.
Yeah, that's funny. Like one of my buddies that I met, that I was visiting up in Reno, I haven't seen him in a few, and he had maybe another one, maybe 2 or 3 kind of tattoos like your size on his forearm, and like he was starting to like do it, and I saw him all now. He's all full sleeves. I was like, what the fuck happened to you, dude? He's like, yeah, once you start, you just can't stop, man. So
yeah, it's true. I already want another one. I mean, I have 2 others, but they're places I never see them. So,
yeah. So I have my Chinese I eat at Joe's on my arm. It was a thing back then, yeah. Fuck knows if it says what I think it says.
Oh, I'm sure it says something you don't want.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I think unless I'm missing something, I think that's a wrap.
This sounds like a wrap to me. After that stunning intro, we're going to end it on a quieter note.
Yes.
Kim's out of the picture now, so.
Nice. She killed it. She killed it.
Guys,
Denis is the worst. He was telling, we were kind of getting ready for the show, and I'm lagging or whatever, and he's like, come on, man, hurry up. I'm like, quit fucking rushing me, dude. And then I was looking down at something, I see up, and I see him looking over. So I knew he was up to something, but I had no idea that it was super cool like that. So Kim, you did a fantastic job.
We were just coming home from dinner, and she said, I should do the intro tonight. I'm like, all right, but you got to do it in one take.
Yeah. She did it. She killed it.
She did.
She didn't even sound nervous. So, but yeah, shout out to Rick for having me up this weekend, dude. I had an awesome time. Make sure you go check out Rick Hall on Instagram too, if you want to see some really awesome work. But yeah, I had an awesome time, and head is flooding with all the shit that we talked about. And
and if you're in the Reno area, Rick does teach classes, so you don't have to be just a freeloader like Jerid. You can actually go and take a class.
That's true. I agree.
All right. That's a wrap.
Yep. How about my kookery mustache? That's a wrap.